I don't know how I want to start this video off. This was such a crazy ass weekend when it comes to R6. I mean, did y'all see the invitationals? Look at the numbers it was pulling. Y'all can't look at this and say this isn't a huge deal. But amongst all the hype, we got to see Year 9 Season 1 Operation Deadly Omen. And with that, there's a lot of stuff that I like about this. There's some stuff I don't, but there's also a roadmap for Year 9 that I want to go over because good God, this is going to do so many good things for Siege this year. And without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and get right into it. Starting off, let's talk about the revamped shield mechanic. This is going to completely remove the operator's ability to hip fire, and as quoted by game director Joshua Mills, it was a headshot lottery anytime the operator would fire the pistol. He also says that this mechanic is meant to make shield ops more terrifying. You know, your whole goal is to be defensive. However, if you want to be more offensive, you have to take a risk. At the moment, Fuse, Blitz, and Monty are affected by this change, but they'll be able to break through full health barricades, do a melee pushback that also deals a slight bit of damage. They can also reload their pistols as well as activate gadgets behind their shield. I would say that the biggest downside to this, aside from your legs being visible, is that your arms will also be slightly peeking out, which could lead to you being killed. But if the enemy you're charging to has like stormtrooper level accuracy, then you'll be just fine. I want to believe that the main reason they bothered messing around with the shield ops anyways was to find a way to make them more suited for ranked or to get higher pick rates at least. Only time is going to be able to tell if this was a good move or not. Moving from that, we have player protection. Ubisoft are introducing new restrictions to play ranked for both returning and new players. For those that haven't played PvP for an entire season, or otherwise known as inactive, you'll have to win 5 PvP games. But that's honestly nothing compared to new players, because not only do they have to reach a clearance level of 50, but they have to obtain 10 operators on the attacking and defending side. I can only speculate that they did this because smurfing is still pretty bad in the game, even with all the efforts they've done so far to change that. But also in the off chance a cheater gets banned on one account, it'll delay them from getting into another ranked game on another account so quickly. But speaking of cheaters, let's talk about this anti-cheat because I'm actually really excited about it. Ubisoft has came out and said that they're going from an in-game tracking data model to a gameplay data model to better detect cheaters. There's going to be a conservative threshold constantly scanning players so the ones that are playing fair don't end up being banned. That in and of itself is such a huge issue with modern FPS games in my opinion. Like if you go on X, you'll see nothing but players say how they've been shadow banned or outright banned. So introducing this sort of AI monitoring, I think, is going to improve the efficiency and accuracy because we all know that BattlEye sure as hell ain't cutting it anymore. Now, I want to give some context to this next topic because I've had so many people tell me that the 1.5 was going away, that they're giving 1.5 to everyone. All I'm gonna say now is that it's a little bit of both. Mostly the former, but a little bit of both. With that being said, they say their main focus is to upgrade the ADS and attachment system overall, so they follow it up with saying they're slowing the time it takes for your gun to go from the hip to the ADS state. In their words, they say if you're holding an angle, you're going to get rewarded. Trust me, if it sounds stupid as hell at first, it's because I thought it did too. Wouldn't it be an upgrade to just increase the ADS time? That's what I thought at first, but then I thought about how Siege's multiplayer has become nothing more than one giant deathmatch, and I'm starting to think that this decision is for the better. As of right now, they're reshuffling all the attachment classes down to just 4 classes. Iron sights, Universal 1X, which will consist of your hollows and reflex sights, magnified 2.5, and telescopic 3.5. With this, iron sights are getting a 10% ADS speed bonus, Universal 1X are getting a 5% speed bonus, but magnified and telescopic will not get any bonus whatsoever. So to answer your questions, yes, the 1.5 scope is removed, but no, they didn't remove it from the game. Skipping past a couple things that weren't too important, let's talk about this new op, Deimos. What is he? What does he do? Is he worth a damn? Well, his primary gadget is a drone-esque type of tech called a death mark tracker. Anytime you or a team scan ops, they get added to the list, and whenever the gadget is used, Deimos gets a live ping on that op. Deimos only gets 3 of these drones, so you gotta have to use them sparingly when you can. Now, obviously with all gadgets, there are a downside to it. Number 1 being that only you can see the ping, and 2, your location is revealed as well. That's like if Cav interrogated an enemy, but in turn her location gets revealed. Surprisingly enough, there is a small upside. Your location isn't live. It's kind of like Lion's ping and how it skips around. It makes predicting your movement a little bit more difficult, but that's about it. On top of that, you get an exact call out including the floor and room the enemy op is in. During this tracking mode, Deimos is only limited to his revolver, which sounds bad, I know, but this hits harder than the force of 1,000 nukes. It's a 2-hit weapon, it can blow a hole in soft walls, and unlike Kaid's shitty little scope pistol, it doesn't feel too awkward to use. They do mention how you can cancel this ability at any time, but I genuinely don't know how because the operator either dies or time runs out on the ability. Other than that, I'm genuinely excited to see how Deimos gets used when it comes to ranked because he's low-key an absolute unit so far. That's about it for Season 1, but while I still have you, let's expand Dong a bit and touch on the rest of Year 9. I'm only going to hit the major features because I'm not going to go through every single season. The video would be like 30 minutes long. I'm not in that business, okay? Kicking things off, Season 2 is going to be getting a recruit remaster, which I never thought I'd see the fucking day that happened. This season is going to be featuring the full release of the reputation system, the launch of the Siege marketplace, and map filters for standard. On the surface, it looks like Season 2 is going to be pretty fire in my opinion. I'm just kind of curious what they're doing with recruit because I'm hearing they're adding 2 more recruits into the game. I'm hearing that recruit's going to be added to ranked. I genuinely do not know. Season 3 is a little bit of a stinker. I mean, we're getting a new operator, the Siege Cup is making a return, something about badges and career, being able to access the shooting range during matchmaking, and then something about Versus 2.0. Listen, this all seems fine and dandy, but Versus AI is the shittiest of modes in Siege. Just give us back T-Hunt, please. Now, Season 4. The big kahuna, the heavy hitter. We're getting an operator remaster, which people are hinting at it being Blackbeard. Console to PC option and crossplay 1.0. That's gonna piss some people off. And match cancellation 3.0 that'll auto kick cheaters in your game and cancel it. Let's touch on that console to PC option just real quick, okay? I can see this being the biggest shit starter of the year, right? Ever since I started playing Siege, people have been saying, if we ever play against PC players, I'm done. Listen, it's gonna happen regardless. You can toggle it off if you want, but I can see this posing a new challenge for both platforms. All right then, that's about everything I want to touch on for now. If you want to check it out for yourself, links are going to be down below. For my final thoughts, after everything I'm seeing here, after everything that happened over the weekend at Invitationals, I don't want to ever hear another person say Siege is a dead game. I know it's a little bit of a side tangent to go on, right? But does Siege have its issues? Yes. Does Siege get it right? Not all the time, but guess what? That's okay. It's okay if you're not happy with the direction Siege has gone, but you cannot deny the fact that this is one of the best tactical PvP shooters on the market. So many players, myself included, and probably even you watching this video, have told Ubisoft at some point in time, give us old Siege. We want an old Siege experience. Let me ask you this. Why would Ubisoft chase after old money when this new way is so much better? Think about it. If Ubisoft caved in and gave us old Siege fully, right? How many players would stick around for that? Not many players were fucking with the game to begin with because of how hardcore it was compared to Call of Duty and Battlefield. Siege needed to change or we wouldn't be talking about it today. I mean, they already said they're not making a sequel because they had seen how it's affected the competition and realized that it hasn't worked out too well for them. And I don't blame them. I really don't. I mean, look at how bad Overwatch 2 turned out. Counter-Strike 2 has you playing the same goddamn maps you've been playing for 20 years, okay? There's nothing new aside from the engine upgrade. Now, don't get me wrong. Ubisoft just want to focus on supporting the game, and I hope that comes with some sort of engine upgrade in the future. But I think we all gotta accept the fact that, like, Siege 2 is never happening. You know, all in all, I think that Year 9 is going to be something special. Ubisoft is about to do some earth-shattering shit this year. And if you're about it, I hope to see you in the game. If not, hey, there's a new COD coming out soon. Maybe that'll tickle your fancy. But now I turn the mic to you. Let me know down below what you think about Year 9 and Operation Deadly Omen. And while you're down there, go ahead and smash that like button and track that sub button also YouTube can show you my content free of charge. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to the members of the channel. Thank you so much for your continued support. This is Sir Blackout signing off to hit the training range. Don't get me started on how bad my aim has gotten since my break from Siege. Okay, it's pretty goddamn bad. Later.